Kwiyamuntsi is the name of the camp, and that's the oak plateau on top of that, because this is up high. We have a tie to this earth, and all of these little plants and all of these little animals are part of us. That's where we, in our hearts, they're part that we bring all together, and they come to that one part in our hearts, which will help take care of all this land that we have here.
And where did the science learn the science? From my people, from the people that were long ago. That's what they're talking about. And for us to reiterate that and actually have the kids say, well, this is the science part, but it's also the cultural part. They're the same.
They're actually teaching me about my people and what we did when we didn't have a lot of things. We only had natural resources.
It's just so good to see these tribal kids reconnect with this land. This is their land. This is where their ancestors walked.
And the kids are understanding that concept that their ancestors were managing the land well before, I ever got here or my ancestors ever got here. And it's really the same way that science has figured out today, that it really is the right way to do it.
I think it's really trying to blend or marry the traditional approach to public land management and looking at the cultural with regards to wildland, fire, water, wildlife, variety of things, and just trying to give the young people who attend the camp a sense that being able to see that their cultural tradition is also married within that.
I think it's important for all of the Paiute kids to know about their people. And this is a good way. And I like sharing my, what I have been taught, what I was brought up with. And I'm glad that I can share it with other people.
But hearing the Paiute history and what they call things and what places mean to them, that's all new information for me. And I love to learn about the places where I live and work.
For myself, I live in two worlds. I live in my cultural world. That's from my indigenous lifestyle. Then also from the American lifestyle. This is bringing in science, it's bringing in technology, and that's the world I live in. I live in two worlds, not just one world.
Just having to sit with our elders and the agency people and actually listening to both sides and watching the kids' reaction to both sides, how they're kind of meshing both sides together now that they've seen what they can do.
I wish I had this when I was growing up, because I probably would have learned a lot faster. For me, it was life lessons for me, how I learned about my culture and my heritage. So I think this is a positive spin for our youth at this time.
That I hope that they take away with them the ability to listen more, because that's where I lacked in learning more from my grandmothers and great-grandmother.
Usually I'm on my laptop at home, and here it's just really quiet, and I have a whole lot more focus than I do at home. And so I just find it really nice because I don't do this a lot.
I think it was just more important that the kids could get more in touch with their cultural side and traditional. I learned a lot more language than I thought I would.
I never learned this, I never really paid attention. So I find it really interesting that now that I'm older, I can comprehend all of the things they're actually teaching me.
I'd like to thank the elders for, being here and helping us, because they don't have to be here, but they choose to be and help. They're just helping us, and because we're the next generation of learning these things, and we're going to pass it on to our friends and our children that we will eventually have.
I think the message that I like to see them have is the respect for each other and the respect for all the plants and the animals and the water and where we're at, like here in this in a higher elevation in the trees that are here.
Very obvious that part of this is for young people to think about federal agencies as being a potential career, and we wanted them to see that the possibility for some of the things they're learning about here is something that they could lead to a career for them. So they're going to meet people that are doing that right now.
Don't be afraid to go out and take a chance. You know, life begins where your comfort zone ends.
They all have an interest in youth. They all have an interest in bettering our natural environment. And when we have an opportunity like this and everyone comes together and it all comes together, it's a really, really amazing thing.
And we're all looking at the same path that we want, you know, the next generation to understand and preserve.
For me, the most rewarding experience has been building that bond with the tribal elders and with the tribal people, and building a better relationship with the other agencies and with the university. It's been great.
I like mostly the camaraderie of everyone here, staff, and just everyone that's here.
And I do think it's really good, efficient government. I think we're pooling resources to do things that we're all wanting to do, and that's engaging youth, introducing them to the outdoors, and giving them the possibility for a future in public land management.
I like to give out what I know to the kids so that our culture won't be gone. And I just like them to know and have an identity with who they are and where they come from.